hiking along the Macal riverbank slash river valley, slowly making my way towards Sandy Bay. Summer is brutal this year, but for some reason, since I made my way down here, it's a lot cooler and breezier. The temperature has dropped immensely. And yes, it's nothing but bush, jungle, nature. You gotta take into account that we're in the tropics. It's known for having dense jungle, thick forest, and a little bit of pine forest here and there. Like there's a vulture over there eating a carcass. If I can be stealthy and get closer before they fly off. I think it's just one of them. Can't really tell. Oh, it's bulk. This one is still perched on top of that stick. Showing its body up there. So nervous and shaking. The sad and unfortunate truth is that this is now the water reservoir. This is where they draft water and feed the community. The unpleasant truth is that now Sandy Bay is just maybe another 400 to 500 feet just up in that direction where the camera is facing. I gotta find a safe spot to plug my tube down and then fish it with the line. Over here is the tiki bar. I'll see if I wire her up with this so that if I decide to float the river, I can secure the rope to my body. Okay, so pirates were criminals who robbed ships, settlement. Well, I couldn't get a confirmation what the concrete settlement meant, because it says settlement at sea. So I'm assuming they just basically got all rowdy and attacked sea vessels. There's a high possibility that they also rob certain places on the mainland as well. Stealing cargo, valuables, taking hostage. I guess this is a little tiki bar. San Ignacio Hotel, I'm assuming. That's the Hawksworth Bridge down in the distance. For those who know anything about water and river, make your suggestions or your comments and give reasons why the river looks like iced tea. Okay, so during these attacks, why they were so successful is because they were using daring tactics and tricks. They utilized the environment. They were very clever and wise at making sure they understand the environment that they were in. They were using smaller skiff or ships, more advanced weapons. They were, I guess, were able to load their cannons at a much more rapid pace. They used swords and pistols. Piracy have always been a part of history for millennia, but the golden age of piracy occurred during the 17th century in the Caribbean, off the American coast, which is North American colonies, presently current day Canada and the USA. I'm extending that far north. I do believe they also did it in the Pacific as well. And when I'm saying Pacific, it would be in the Asian territories, but they also are known to be doing it in the southern part of the Pacific, which would be present day Chile and Peru, somewhere around those regions. So buccaneers were privateers, essentially pirates with governmental authority who operated in the Caribbean and Pacific. So these buccaneers they created or made alliance with their home country and work in effort for global domination back in that era. They were known as hunters as well. I don't really understand how this one worked out, where they said there's information that they were hunters on Hispaniola and Tortuga, meaning raids, as in they were raiding the Spanish ships for economic opportunity for themselves and basically doing whatever they can to harm the Spanish Empire, to wreak havoc against the Spanish and basically slow down their advancement as they colonize the new world. There's something up there. Okay, and then there's another part of this as well where it says that some of these men were also known as baymen. Baymans were early European settlers, mainly British. But baymen were also considered pirates as well. So they started off as pirates. They established themselves in current day Belize, which at one point it was phase of this. It was formerly known as British Honduras, and I will extend and provide more information about that. The same baymen were also buccaneers as well. So the word buccaneers, baymen, and pirates were interlinked, and they were changing according to whatever time or period, or however, whatever they were doing at one specific time. They were pirates when they didn't have alliance to anyone but to themselves. They were buccaneers when they forged alliance with their home country, and then they were baymen once they had alliance with themselves, their country, as in establishing a territory and communicate. And I mean in the New World or wherever they were at, they were baymen based on the fact that they were allowing themselves to acquire wealth basically via through land and extracting materials from off the land, and they were also working with their native country. I'm being overly protective because the last time I came through I managed to puncture my tube, so I'm trying to be wise at selecting the area that I'm going to possibly get in if I have enough time. So the last time I got in over here and I punctured my tube, and it seems like this is the only option I have to try and get in. Major erosion have taken place. So before it was known as British Honduras, it was known as Bay of Honduras. So Bay of Honduras was way before British Honduras. And the Bay of Honduras is also, or currently known as Belize, and actually Belize became the official name in 1973. And then before the Bay of Honduras, the area was known as Balax, which was given to the area by the Mayans who were inhabiting the area at that point. So the meaning of Balax or Balix, having issue pronouncing and my I and my X, means that it was muddy water, exactly the way how the water look right now. So perfect timing. So it refers to the rivers and waterways and certain areas where the water looked or has the color the way how the river looks currently. So due to the water being muddy, in 1862 the region was declared a British Crown colony. So in 1862 the area was declared as British Crown colony. That was due to the fact that Spain did not make they actually did not set boot or feet onto the area, the region. So they never came and established the area, which back then was known as Bay of Honduras. And actually, they never set up permanent settlement. They never tried to do any kind of colonializing it, the area. But let's make a mental note that Cristobal Colon did sail past the coast now known as present day as Belize in 1502, and he named the area Bay of Honduras. So in 1862 it was named British Honduras, or it was basically the British at that point tried to establish themselves and colonize the area. So then they sought and fought and resist the Spanish and took control of the area, and then they named it British Honduras. So once the British start establishing themselves and taking over of the area, the region, they renamed it. So the Baymen began to settle the area in 1630, and this is basically the all the little islands and stuff beyond the Barrow Reef and present day Belize City as well. In the 1600, logging became a major product that they were extracting and harvesting uh, and exporting the logwood to England. But just to provide great information, in 1756, due to the fact that logging was used as an item or a material to make vegetable dye for European industry or in textile industry. The Baymen vamped up their efforts to start setting up and expanding in the areas that they were harvesting timber, which would be here in Belize currently, and they started heading west as they extracted timber. Like I said, they were exporting the timber for like dyes, making dyes, using it for the building of ships and furnitures. Once they stumble across mahogany, then they start extracting mahogany for its high quality. And there are tons of hummingbirds up there. I don't know if that chirping is the hummingbirds or other types of birds, but there are at least like 12 or 15 of them up there. This right here is a major attraction for butterflies. It attracts a lot of butterflies. I'm over here debating if I want to get in. There's two little hummingbirds right there. They're showing off now. I gotta cancel the floating trip. I got down here too late. There's not enough time for me to float down to where I want to get out. Yeah, I think I got down here a little too late. And I'm not going to risk it. I guess it's all those flowers up there that's attracting the hummingbirds. That's Santa Elena, the shadow on the Hawksworth Bridge. You see a little branch, little twig right there. That's Santa Elena. It's a great shot. We work for like, shares, and comments. Remember to subscribe to the channel.